gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Let's get ready to rumble!
This one by Mattingly. Oh, hang on to the roof.
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Finally, we are live. Oh my goodness, that was a hectic morning here over at Sports and Sorts Studios. But this is Sports and Sorts episode, I think, 140, and welcome back. It is a Saturday, no, it's a Wednesday morning. I had to do that on purpose. It's a Wednesday morning, November 21st, the day before Thanksgiving, one of the biggest party nights in America. So if you are out drinking tonight, please be safe. If, Uber...
Drink responsibly.
Uber and Lyft are your friends. Designated drivers are your friends. But let's get into the show. I am one of the hosts. My name is Shane Moore.
I'm the Bri Man.
And we go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday on YouTube. We are bringing you more and more content. Plus, we have a few things in the fire here to get some stuff going. Me and my brother are a little excited about. But you can also find this audio-only version of this show on iTunes, iHeartRadio, anywhere podcasts are played, www. I could do it. My son was teaching me. www. It's in Spanish. That's how they say it. www.sportsandsorts.libsyn.com. So, Bri Man, before we get into the show, I had to talk to you about this. My wife sent me a link. She sent me a link about a new trend that's out there right now. And I thought it might be something you and I want to do together. Now, it really depends.
I'm not taking my shirt off.
No, you don't have to take your shirt off.
Okay.
This might be worse. This is worse. So it's a bro event, and you get some bro time together, right? You like hanging with bros, right?
Sure.
Well,
where is this going?
This is called a Bro-Sectomy, where two guys go and get their vasectomies together, then hang out in a hotel for the weekend while their wives take care of the children, and they get to commiserate together, bust each other's, newly soldered area. And any thoughts on this? Yeah, you wanna have a Bro-sectomy? I need to get it done. I can't be popping out any more kids.
I'm with you on that. That's probably where the parallels stop. Actually, you know what? I have thought a little bit about vasectomy. I've done a little research on vasectomies too, but I will tell you that I am very scared. I have read a few stories about some frightening side effects of vasectomies, and that is honestly not. I've seen some where it's like, nope, it was no big deal at all, and then everything was back to normal and all was well.
It's usually the case.
And then I've just heard some where, I've read a few. I mean, it's been a while since I looked this stuff up, but I read a few where there were, certain guys who had really long, drawn out side effects from it, and I was just like, okay, that's enough to scare me.
Well,
so,
I mean, there's a small chance of any surgery going awry.
I mean, yeah, but that notwithstanding. Being with another dude in a hotel though afterwards is probably not my cup of tea.
No, you don't want to hang out. We don't bust each other's, newly soldered area.
No, that just seems a little out of bounds for me.
It's a new thing. It's going on. Guys are getting together, hanging out. They get it done together.
Oh my god! Yeah, no.
Hold each other's hands.
That's it. No. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this. It's an interesting concept.
Okay.
It's not one that I would hop on board with. But it's if you can find another bro, though, I mean, I think that would be pretty great.
Well, we could put it on Sports and Swords. We could have my brother film it.
Film what?
Our reactions.
Oh,
Yeah, to the whole thing. Not the actual. The actual cauterization.
yeah. Snip, snip. Anyways, I got a turkey to prep.
Yeah.
So.
So what's on tap today? We got a Thanksgiving Day football, 3 games. We will pick them all. We also have the pay-per-view event, The Match, with Phil Mickelson versus Tiger Woods on Friday at 3 p.m.
The Match!
No fans on the course, just 2 guys, their caddies, and a camera crew, and a lot of money at stake. Who is going to buy this pay-per-view? I know one guy who will. And also, the Hall of Fame class has come out, and
the Klaus?
The Klaus has come on, and we will touch on this, and maybe even talk about how easily Mariano Rivera is going to get in. But other than that, we got that.
Not easily enough.
Little Manny Machado news broke recently, and we're going to talk about that. So we got a great show. So let's go.
You are listening to Sports and Swords with Shane and the Bri Man.
All right, quick recap of Monday Night Football. All right, we got just a real quick recap. This game, Chiefs versus the Rams, was incredible. You can't say much more than the fact that this was just an incredible watch. Incredible live TV. The most fun I've had watching a game all year long. 2 offenses who put up the numbers you were expecting. Both defenses also kind of showed up, which is funny because they scored over 100 points. But they actually forced multiple turnovers, which actually resulted in some of those points on the opposing quarterbacks. So this game was just amazing, and I can't wait to see these 2 teams match up in the future for years to come. You got a lot of great catches, great throws, big game throws, and to make fun of our last talk on our last episode, how about them punts, though? Some serious pinning there, man. There was some good stuff. Good punting. It's just overall, it was a great, fun game. It wasn't perfect. They got thrown together last minute, and it just was unreal. The game was just unreal.
I'll tell you what, too. The one thing that pleasantly surprised me the most, especially because I think I did, especially a few days ago, I kind of ripped Rams fans saying that they don't show up very, very well in the Coliseum. They were there. That place was on fire. Rams fans were vocal. I mean, Chiefs fans were vocal, too.
Yeah.
But the Rams fans, when it counted, when they needed it most, especially in the end there, when they got a couple of defensive, not stops, but they got some turnovers, actually. And the Rams fans really showed up. They were vocal. My only regret about this game is that it didn't go to overtime. It was just that much fun.
And plus, if they did, I probably would have won all 3 of my fantasy leagues.
And what's I would have won. I actually ended up winning 1, which I can't believe I won. And I could have maybe won another one if it had gone into overtime too. Yeah, but it was a fun game. Not a lot of defense, but timely defense.
Yeah.
And look, you know what's funny? Every time now there have been 2 losses on the year for the Chiefs and 2 losses for Patrick Mahomes. But I will tell you, this guy comes out smelling like roses, regardless of the outcome. He's good even in defeat.
Yeah.
I mean, he definitely made a couple of mistakes. When he did throw a couple of picks towards the end of the game, and he is a young guy. He still threw, what did he throw? 6? He still threw 6 touchdowns or
and
something?
2 interceptions,
and 2 picks. But I mean,
couple strip sacks,
Man, the future is just so bright for both of these quarterbacks. It really is.
Yeah.
But what a game! What a game! I mean, just look, it was billed, I think, at the very least, the game of the week, and you could say the game of the year, and it absolutely, hit the nail on the head on both marks.
There's another game that's as good as that. There are going to be games that are nerve-wracking.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that.
Games that are nerve-wracking towards the end, like in the 4th quarter. But this game was just full of offense and good defensive plays, opportunistic defensive plays, like you said. It was just every minute there was something going on that was fun.
To me, it reminded me of any Rocky movie. Just guys throwing haymakers at each other.
Just boom, boom, back and forth, back and forth, back
exactly.
and forth,
Yeah. They actually
so fun, and
right.
and that's how the Coliseum was. It seemed like even Chiefs fans, even though they lost, they were just kind of like, oh my God, like I have to clap for this game. This was just an amazing watch. I can't believe I was here.
That would have been something to be at. And I'll tell you what, it helped take a lot of the stink off of the fact that the NFL didn't have Mexico City ready for the game. So it definitely helped.
All right, let's move on to first up. We got the first game of the day tomorrow, which is the Bears versus the Lions. 12:30 game. Bears are favored on the road. Who do you have in this game? And then I'll give my quick pick after you're done with your in-depth analysis.
Yeah. So the Bears won a big game last week, beat the Vikings at home, looked good doing it. Defense was solid. Offense was pretty good against a very very good Viking defense. You know, the Lions got a surprise victory this past weekend too, but you know what? That was more of an apparition than anything else. I fully expect the Bears to go into Detroit and just kick the crap out of the Lions. I'm really not expecting much of a fight there. I think the Bears defensively are going to be all over Stafford. I think Khalil Mack's going to be in his face. I think this is just, look, the Lions went into sell mode. They got rid of Golden Tate. I just think they're a little too one-dimensional. I think if you could shut down Kerryon Johnson, which should not be a problem for this Bears defensive front, you shut him down, and then you're forcing Matthew Stafford into Marvin Jones Jr. I don't even know if Marvin Jones Jr. is out. Is he out?
I think so, yeah.
And then, so what are you looking at? Theo Riddick and whoever else they're going to – I mean, is Amir Abdullah still on that team?
They don't even have Golden Tate to help offense.
Right, no Golden Tate. And I think Marvin Jones Jr., if he's playing,
questionable.
He's banged up. I knew he was banged up. This is just on paper and in every other way. It's a bad matchup. And I fully expect the Bears to move the ball up and down the field. It'd be nice if Jordan Howard did something for me, for God's sake. That's unbelievable. But now you've got Tariq Cohen, though, who's basically kind of taken over most of the running back responsibilities there. But I've got the Bears big in this one, 37-20.
Okay. I am kind of with you here. I mean, the Lions without Kerryon Johnson at running back, maybe without Marvin Jones. Bears have Trubisky, who isn't a great thrower to begin with, but is dealing with a shoulder issue. But that is not what they do. So they should win this game because their defense will show up and probably get – and the defense, there's a couple of defensive players that will probably end up getting the turkey legs. So I think that the Bears win 27-20. All right. Now I have the Redskins versus the Cowboys at 4:30 game, where the Cowboys are favored to win by a decent amount, by 7. Yeah. And that's a team that doesn't really score a lot of points. So Colt McCoy getting the start for the Redskins after a brutal injury to Alex Smith. I had the Bri Man actually watched it after last show.
I saw it by accident.
Yeah, we were
kind
of watching it.
I wish I had.
Oh, but then you couldn't look away. It's like a train wreck. Like it
is a train wreck. I mean, just watching his ankle flop around was just disgusting.
So if you have, in my opinion, if you have Jordan Reed in fantasy leagues, you should play him because he's going to be a huge factor.
Let me tell you something about Jordan. I got a major beef with Jordan Reed because I have him on all 3 of my fantasy teams, and I didn't play him last week because he just had not shown up any week. Yeah. Then he shows up.
Well, Colt McCoy has,
and I would have
Alex
won
Smith
one of the leagues if I had started.
He's always loved tight ends, but Colt McCoy, he is not the kind of great thrower. He's not a very good, accurate thrower. He's not like Alex Smith. This guy needs to have his tight end. He's smaller, so I think that because of the D line for the Cowboys that is really, really good, I think Colt, I expect him to throw to Jordan Reed over 10 targets on Thanksgiving. Redskins defense is pretty good too, but as I said before, the Cowboys defense is really, really good. So this should be a blowout. The Cowboys should mollywop the Redskins, but Dak just doesn't have the arm to be able to put up those numbers. Yeah. So I think that what's going to happen here is they will do what they do well, which is run a ball a ton. Zeke is going to have 25 to 30 carries. They're going to sprinkle in 20 to 27 passes, those short passes, maybe throw 1 or 2 bombs, see if they can get Cooper Long. And I expect this game to be close, 24-21 Cowboys. But, I expect Colt McCoy.
Holy crap, that's my same score.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I expect the Redskins to really do a good job on defense. And I think Colt McCoy is going to do a good job taking care of the ball for the most part. He might have one or two hiccups here and there, but I think that if you have Jordan Reed, take him. I don't think Adrian Peterson's going to be a factor at all in this game. Take Jordan Reed. If you have him, put him out there. It's going to be huge. And if you have the Cowboys defense, if you have the Cowboys defense, I would grab them. If they're available in any leagues at this point in time, I would definitely grab them because people drop defenses all the time.
Yes.
All right. So you have Cowboys.
Same.
24-21.
Same.
Oh wow, that's crazy. All right. Last game is Falcons at the Saints. And the Saints are heavily favored here. They have 13. They're given 13
Well, they
points.
should be.
13 points. This game I expect to be another really fun watch. Everybody's going to have got that, hour nap in after eating their turkey and everything like that, be able to watch the whole 8 o'clock game. Tons of offense, I expect. The Falcons have a ton of weapons on offense. I expect them to put up some serious points. And obviously the Saints, well, they are right now the best team in football, and they are at home. I cannot see them losing this game. I just can't see them losing. There is no possible way they lose this game, which means they'll probably lose because I just jinxed them. But in all reality, there's no way they're going to lose. This will be a high-scoring event. I expect Julio Jones to have a huge game for the Falcons. I expect Michael Thomas to have a huge game against one of the worst defensive teams in football. Lots of points put up here. If you have any player on either team going this week, you have to play them in this game, the matchup. Sure. They are going to put up some serious points. Saints beat up the Falcons, and even though it's a high-scoring game, I think they beat them up 48-35.
Wow, you got a higher score than I do. I have 38-24. Saints.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean you covered it. It's just going to be a track. It's going to be a track meet.
It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun watch, but it's not going to be as fun as one because there's not going to be as many defensive plays like there was on Monday night.
No.
Monday night you got some defensive plays, which was a lot of fun because you got to see Aaron Donald go crazy, and you got the strip sacks and all that. It was fun. It was a fun watch, and some picks and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun to watch. This one I don't see, especially the Falcons on defense. They just have nothing. They have nothing. It's a complete sieve. They might as well just not even put anybody out there and just let the Saints just go down the field so they can get the ball back and try and outscore and do 2-point conversions every time, see if they can outscore the Saints. But there's no way that I can see the Falcons winning this game.
No, I'm with it.
Just going to pad your stats for the Matt Ryan versus Andy Dalton bet that we have going. Which
I haven't even looked at that. I don't know how things are going.
Well, Andy Dalton has a better record.
Right.
But Matt Ryan is, right now, I believe, the number 1 rated fantasy football quarterback.
What?
Yeah.
No, that can't be right.
No, I'm serious. Look it up.
Number 1 rated fantasy football quarterback?
I think so, yeah. He only has 4.
How is Mahomes not the number 1 rated fantasy quarterback?
Well, because he has a lot of interceptions. But Matt Ryan has I think over 3,000 yards already. He has 22 touchdowns and only 4 picks.
Well, that is impressive.
Yeah, he's having a really good season. I mean, Andy Dalton's at 20-10, and
that's not great.
It's not great, but it's not terrible. I mean, that's better than Matt Ryan's season last year. It just is.
Wow, if Matty Ice is sitting at 22-4 and Dalton's at 20-10, I'm going to win that bet.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah, you are. I mean, he's had to do nothing but throw the ball all year long. It's incredible.
Wow, that's impressive.
I will pull up his stats real quick because we still have another minute and 40 seconds, which we're not going to use all of. But he's 4-6 this year. He's completed 71% of his passes. He's thrown for 3,300 yards already, and he has he has 22 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
That's impressive.
Last year, his numbers 20 touchdowns and 12 interceptions.
Okay, so I'm doing well there. And I'm obviously doing very well in the overall picks department.
This is his, as of right now, he's on pace to have his best season ever.
You're gonna be buying me a 6-pack, man.
The MVP year that he had?
Yes.
He averaged 309 yards per game in the air.
That's impressive.
Right, this year he's got 330.
Wow. Well,
but
Freeman
they're still losing.
Yeah, they're not good.
4-6.
They're going to be 4-7. Freeman, I think, and Tevin Coleman have kind of been hurt on and off, I think, a little bit too. So their running game has been erratic. They've had to throw the ball a lot. So it's not entirely surprising. I think what's surprising, though, is them having to throw that much and him having that few of turnovers is actually very impressive.
I don't know what he has for fumbles and stuff like that, but that's
it's too bad because if their record was reversed and they were like 6-4, he'd probably be in the MVP discussion with those kind of numbers.
Well, I mean, Drew Brees and Goff, and
Brees is out of control, but
there's 3-4 guys right now that are just like they're head and shoulders above everybody.
Yeah, there are.
All right, well let's switch topics here. Those are our NFL picks. If you have your NFL picks, if there was anything that we missed that you think that's wrong, go ahead and submit it in the comments below. Please give us a thumbs up, a like, or anything like that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We could really appreciate all that kind of stuff. We go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. We are going to be going live again Saturday, talk about Sunday's games, all that kind of stuff. But right now, we are going to head into something that we don't get to talk about very much, and that is
Get in the hole!
Baba Booey!
the match. Who do you have? I want to know who the listeners have, who they have winning this event. It's Phil versus Tiger in Vegas, playing on a pristine course. No members, nobody is allowed to watch this except for the crew that's going to be there filming the event, and the caddy.
There's no outside
Mickelson,
media.
Tiger and his
right?
caddy. That's it. There's no outside media. This is only for these two guys, basically, to play head to head on camera. You're going to get to hear all the banter, the trash talk, the side bets, all of that stuff. And
what's great about this event is, as you and I are both Phil fans, we're both Phil guys.
Yeah.
If this would have been unheard of even like 5 years ago.
I know.
Because these guys just disliked each other so much.
Yeah.
And now they're buddies.
They got in a ping pong tournament against each other, and they just like each other now.
They just like each other. Well, you know what it was? I think what might have helped, and I think a lot of it has to do with yes, but the fact that Phil was there for him, though, I think helped a lot, because Phil was actually very supportive of him after that happened. He didn't pile on. He didn't just ignore it. He was a guy who kind of stayed in touch with Tiger a lot, and Tiger has said as much. So
as the gambler in him, though, he probably took the over that Tiger was going to fall from grace and have a big scandal eventually.
Well,
there was probably Vegas odds on that somewhere.
But you know what? Good on Phil, though, for being that guy, for being the guy that, I think we all feel like Phil's sort of one of the good guys in sports, and certainly in golf. I mean, obviously,
some people call him a poser, but yeah,
he's got that insider trading thing going on, and there were rumors that he had, may have had an extramarital affair or something. I don't know. I have no idea. But you know what? He comes off as a good guy. We like him. We don't really know anything about him, though. Let's be honest.
We don't.
I mean, let's put it this way. His whatever he has done is a little more clouded than what Tiger has done.
Yes.
But it's fun to see these two guys doing this. I would have enjoyed this more 10 years ago when they were both really, really in their primes and certainly really healthy.
This could have never happened back then either, because the league being, because now everybody can bet.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Pacquiao Mayweather. It's still something that you'd want to tune into, but you're a little later to the game than you should have been.
Yeah.
It's a fight that's a fight that would have been really great like 10 years ago, and this would have been really great 10 years ago. As it stands now, this will be different, because no matter what, these guys are still both very, very good golfers.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't mean anything. Like, the difference is this is an exhibition, whereas Pacquiao Mayweather was a real fight, if you could call it that. This is just an exhibition.
This is a lot of money on the line.
And this, but for the consumer, for the spectator here, for you and me who will watch this, what's intriguing is going to be the trash talk. Just listening to them talking to each other, and everything that they're going to be saying to each other while it's going on. That's going to be the interesting part. Mm-hmm. So, the match itself, I'm sure, of course, they want to beat each other very badly. Yeah. But beyond that, I don't really think there's nothing really at stake here other than a lot of money.
But they even said, they were like, I think I watched on the Tony Kornheiss's PTI. They had them on, and he was like, this was a number that we were both uncomfortable with. Like the number 9, like that. He's like,
Oh,
we're both very uncomfortable with that number. Like we just got to a number that we were kind of like, and that's why they both want to win. And he's like, all the side bets and stuff like that are all going to go to the charity of their choice. And he's like, and you know, so it's very interesting. I mean, if you had to pick somebody who's going to win this event, I have the ultimate gambler taking this event. Like, he gambles and gambles and gambles all the time. I've heard some incredible stories about his gambling and how he wins and how much he wins. And he, as Phil Mickelson, has to have some serious tricks to get in the head of the opponents and narrow his chances at taking this event. Because I will admit that Tiger is and always has been a better player. That's obvious. But when you are putting money on a lot of shots, talking trash, the game changes a little bit. And these two are both competitive. I believe they both want this win. But they want to win this so bad that they want the bragging rights. Like, if Phil wins this, he can always say, I beat him head-to-head with nobody else on the course, just me and him. I beat him. And
I mean, yeah, but with nothing on the line.
$9 million.
Yeah, but that's, I mean...
$9 million?
I will tell you, the thing I enjoyed leading up to this was the HBO 24/7 thing on it. I thought that was really, really well done. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed listening to both of their perspectives, both of the trash talk. It gave you nice backgrounds on their careers too. If you haven't seen that, that's actually it's a really good setup for this.
Yeah.
But it should be fun. The thing that's going to be hard for me is that it's this Friday, and it starts at 3:00. I mean, I'll try and tune in. I know it's like $20, but like,
it's cheap.
But like, I'm going to be decorating. I'm going to be Christmas decorating, so I might be able to have it on and do it while I'm Christmas decorating.
I'm buying it, and I'm getting this. I want to see this so bad. I'm a bit nervous because they said, I think that they said swearing is not going to be bleeped.
Oh yeah, no,
So
nothing's.
This is going to be live pay-per-view, and I really hope this is going to be a great round of golf with some amazing shots, lots of money changing hands. I also hope that this leads to more events like this in golf, because this event is like way back in the day when you probably saw this too, where like those old home run derby contests that you got to see, the two going head to head.
Those are great.
I used to love that. You have like Mays
They're black and white.
Mantle, and you get to see those two guys go head to head. And I am going to eat this event up. I just hope it's the only thing that could really be terrible is if this gets campy. Because if it does, it definitely won't work in the future. It needs to be real. It needs to feel at least real most of the time. They both need to be playing at high level, and they need to have real emotion when they lose a hole. Like, they need to have that. That's what I need, and that's what I hope for.
I just want to, I want to see Phil go into a bunker and just be like, trumpet F-bomb and because I feel like you will.
Well, because then what's going to happen. Tiger's going to be like, I'll give you, $1,000 if you hold it.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're going to be doing that all day. I mean, they actually already placed a $200,000 bet on the second hole, I think, which is a par 3.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Phil guaranteed a birdie, and Tiger took the bet.
Wow.
And Phil was like, I'll bet you $100,000 I birdie the second hole. Oh my God. And Tiger said, why not double it? We'll double or nothing. So now it's $200,000.
Oh, I love this. This is going to be great.
Yeah. I mean, it's so like right away, that hole, like right off the bat, hole number 2.
And Tiger has so much more money than Phil.
I know. Wow. I mean, come on. These guys are both loaded. These guys are absolutely loaded. Phil's wife has got to be like, could you maybe just like dial this down a notch, honey? Or she's probably this
has been him forever, though. He's always done this stuff.
She's probably like, that's fine if you lose the $200,000 on the hole, but win the $9 million.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But you know what? Doesn't matter. I mean, these guys are both getting paid a ton of money for this event, regardless.
Well, yeah, they are, but I mean, still, that's a big number.
It's a big pot. Sure, it's a huge pot.
All right.
I mean, it's insane.
It is. It's insane, but I can't wait to see it. I just hope it's good. All
right. $19.99 pay-per-view, and then I think it's $29.99 if you want to watch it in ultra high def, which I might. Not gonna lie, I may do.
All right, let's go on to
play ball.
A little Hall of Fame class here. The question is, how easily will Mariano Rivera get in? And who else do you think should get in?
Well,
for me, I think he's going to get in. Mariano Rivera, I just want to tackle that real quick. he's getting in. And I guarantee he's going to get 95% of the vote.
I think he's going to be on 92, 93%.
He's going to be on the verge of almost having the most.
There's just always going to be clowns. There's going to be a handful of people who are going to just say, well, first of all, there's always one or two who just absolutely say, I don't put anybody in on the first ballot. So there's going to be those 2 or 3 jerks.
Yeah, because they're more.
Then there's going to be another couple, maybe 2 or 3 who say, I don't like relievers in the Hall. Not on first ballot. So no, that's a no for me. There's no real legitimate reason behind it. It's just these guys are stubborn old white dudes probably, and whatever. They're just idiots. But he's going to get in, but I think you're looking at probably 92 to 93% of the vote.
I'm looking 95 plus. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 95 plus.
I hope you're right, because if anybody is ever deserving of that, I would say it's certainly him. Let me just I think 6 guys should get in.
Okay.
And I'll rattle them off for you real quick. I'm not going to make major cases for him. Kurt Schilling, look, some of the stuff that I know the numbers aren't necessarily there for him in terms of the wins and all that. I mean, what is he, like a little over 200 wins? But you know what? Big post-game pitcher, big time postseason pitcher. Helped Arizona win a title, helped Boston win and break the curse. There are certain intangibles there with him. I know he's kind of a complete nutcase now, but that has nothing to do with the kind of player that he was. Dwight.
He was a jackass then, too.
Oh, he was, but you know what? To me, he's Hall of Famer.
Okay.
This other one should have, in hindsight, especially because of the steroid era, it should have been a no-brainer, but Mike Mussina just needs to get in. He got 63% of the vote last year. I expect that to go up. I don't know how much, but by the way, a ladybug was just crawling across my camera and then it fell. Anyways, Mike Mussina, I expect that to. I don't think he's going to get in, but I expect the numbers to start to rise, and I do think eventually he will get in. Maybe by like year 4, Mussina gets in. Obviously, Mariano. I would really love to see Roy Halladay get in. Roy Halladay was one of those guys where we talk about this a lot. For a handful of years, he was the best pitcher in the game. He just really was. His stuff was electric, nasty. He was a Cy Young winner.
Him and Pedro.
It's hard for me to keep a guy. He just was an unbelievable pitcher. I think Omar Vizquel should get in. One of the great defensive shortstops to ever live. Played a long time too. So there's a lot of stats there to kind of back him up. And the last one for me, and I know it's just not going to happen. He's been on the ballot now for the 10th year, and I still don't know how he's not in. I don't get it. How is Fred McGriff not a Hall of Famer? He's 3 home runs short of 500. He's got over, I think, 1,500 RBIs. How is he not there? He's hit major plateaus, and he was a really good player. Here's the problem for him. He never won an MVP, and at no time was he ever considered to be the best first baseman in the league.
Right.
But holy cow, the numbers are there. I don't get that. I've never understood that. So those would be my 6 guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know how I feel about steroid era guys, and that includes Andy Pettitte. I know it's Andy Pettitte's first year, but look, if I'm going to be true to everything I've ever said about steroid users, and I do not believe they belong in the Hall of Fame, Andy Pettitte is an admitted HGH user. I can't put him in. I'm sorry. If I'm going to keep guys like Bonds, Clemens, McGuire, Sosa, any of them out, Palmeiro, then that rule must apply to Andy Pettitte. So even though Andy Pettitte, on his numbers and his postseason performances, belongs, he should not get in.
Okay. I'm with you. I don't. Kurt Schilling, I just never liked the guy, and that's part of the reason why I don't care if he gets in. And plus,
I don't care if he gets in either.
He has the postseason. He has the postseason pedigree, but he's one of those guys that I just. It doesn't matter. Like, if he gets in, I'm not going to celebrate it. If he doesn't get in, I'm not going to celebrate it just because I don't care about the guy whatsoever. He's just kind of a jerk. So if he doesn't get in, that's going to be part of the reason why he doesn't get in is because he's such a jerk. I
don't think he's getting in on the first ballot, by the way. Because this is his first. This isn't Schilling's first. This is his what? Is this his third or fourth? Oh, 6? Is that many?
Yeah.
No, he's not getting in.
He got 51% of the vote.
He ain't getting in. I mean, I still think he should be in, but he's not getting in.
Yeah. So I think that you're going to have, obviously Mo's getting in. I think Halliday's going to get some play. I don't think he's going to get in. I think Messina is going to get closer. I don't think he's going to get in either. But
the question is Edgar Martinez finally getting in?
This
is it. This is it for him, right?
If he doesn't get in, I would be shocked because Edgar Martinez was by far, like he is what the DH. That's just how the DH really started because
scary and dangerous.
He was the best hitter that was there. He was just always in hunt for the batting average title. Yeah, always hitting like 25 to 40 home runs in that range, knocking in RBIs, clutch. He was just awesome. So I would be shocked if he didn't get in. The guy that I don't understand that doesn't get enough love is Jeff Kent. Like, I just do not get it. The dude he led second basemen in home run. He had like over 30 home runs a bunch of times.
He won an MVP too, didn't he?
Yes. He has everything you need. The only thing that people say is his defense, but it's not like he was a horrible defender.
There's a case for him.
Like, I just don't understand it, but he has never gotten the love ever, and I do not get it. I mean, this is his 6th season, his 6th year. Last year he only got 14 and a half votes for cent of the vote.
It's not going to happen.
I don't understand.
He was a good player.
Sense.
I mean, I don't look at him as a Hall of Famer, but I can understand.
Home runs by a second baseman of all time.
I can understand you making a case. To me, he's just not, but I can see it.
Just don't understand.
So you don't get that the way I don't get McGriff.
Yeah, like McGriff is a guy, but he I don't know if he ever led. Like, he was never the best first baseman.
No, again, he went, which I covered, but I think
there was a time where he was like a top 3 fantasy player.
Yes,
like he was that good.
The other thing with McGriff too, and I think the reputation, and fair or not, is that he was a compiler. You know, I mean, he just was around and around and around. Yeah. But you know what, though? Rafael Palmeiro would have absolutely been a Hall of Famer, and he was 100% a compiler.
But didn't he get 500 and 3,000?
Yes, it was it was an absolute no-brainer. Right. It was a no-brainer.
And he was a Gold Glove first baseman. Like, that's a little different.
The dude won a Gold Glove, and he played like 16 games one year.
That was ridiculous, but
yes, we know. As Yankee fans, we know because Tino should have won it.
He was a good player.
That was 96, I think.
There was cases that you could make that he was. Yes. He was definitely. He might have been the best first baseman. But yeah, Fred McGriff is. I'm fine with him either way, but he's a fringe guy for me. That's why I think he's not getting in. But all right. So let's move on. We'll get off of that. And there's something that you wanted to talk about, of course.
Real quick.
Manny Machado.
Real quick. Yes, Mark Feinsand, I think of MLB.com, had a story yesterday. He had a story yesterday where he interviewed Manny Machado pretty extensively. And they asked him about, what he said about Johnny Hustle. So here was Manny Machado's quote. When I was asked that question, I was definitely on the defensive. And I was wrong to answer it the way that I did, because looking back, it doesn't come across how I meant it. For me, I was trying to talk about how I'm not the guy who is eyewash. There's a difference between fake hustle for show and being someone who tries hard to win. I've always been the guy who does whatever he can to win for this team. But I know how I said it and how that came across, and it's something I take responsibility for. I look forward to talking with each GM and owner that we meet with about that or any other questions they have. Okay, so here's what I don't understand. What does fake hustle for showing mean? So, like, how exactly does one go about fake hustling? If you are faking hustling, aren't you actually hustling? What is fake hustling?
I think it's like knowing you're guaranteed to be out, but you still run really hard.
But that's hustling!
It is, yeah. Putting pressure on the defense, yeah.
It's kind of an oxymoron.
Yeah, it is.
I don't like guys who are into fake hustling. I only run when I know
the camera's on me.
And you know what? I wish I could give him the benefit of the doubt and say, oh yeah, okay, I know what you mean. I don't know what he means at all. What does that mean? Fake hustling. I've never seen a human being fake hustle.
You pump your arms and legs really fast, but you're not really running that fast?
That just looks stupid. You would know what that is, and you would know that that's not even fake hustling. That's just acting like an idiot. But fake hustling? I don't get that. What is that?
You only run hard when the camera's on you?
the time. There's always a camera on you. I don't get it. What does it mean? I don't get it. Oh, my God. Fake hustling. Yeah, and I'm so, you know what he should have just said was, look, the comment was stupid.
Well, yeah.
And I will do everything I can. When I sign a contract, I will do everything I can with my actions to show you that those words were hollow. That's what he should have said. Because there's really nothing else he could say. You said what you said, dude. There was nothing to take out of context. You said I'm not Johnny Hustle, and it's not my cup of tea. Mm-hmm. That's what you said. So you can't backtrack off of that. There's no way that can be taken out of context. It's not fake news. We saw what you said. And Ken Rosenthal, who did the original interview from The Athletic, he even tried to help Manny out there. He's like, well, that's not really what you mean, right?
That's the part that I didn't get. I was like,
then he doubled down.
What do you mean? Did you not? Of course you said what you said.
Down.
Like
it's just not my cup of tea.
He asked you multiple times. Like
busting it out of the box is not my cup of tea. I like to step on guys' heels when I go down. When I run
doing whatever you got to do to win.
Oh, I mean, theoretically that's true. And I guess A-Rod did the same thing. He'd like to slap guys' gloves or he'd like to scream at people as he run around.
I got it.
Hey! By the way, that one I never had a problem with. I actually always thought that one was kind of funny. The slapping of Bronson Arroyo's glove I thought was cheap. Yeah. But I'll tell you, the one where he runs around hey, I got it. I always thought that was kind of funny. They did that in one of the Major League movies.
Yeah. I'm going to laugh then, too.
Yeah, right on. But, I mean, look. I mean, come on. Fake hustling? Yeah. If you're fake hustling, you're actually hustling. That's really what you're doing.
Well, we got to figure out what fake hustling is. So if anybody knows, let us know.
Yeah, can we get a hashtag fake hustle? What it means.
Okay, so the one thing that since we're on our way out of the show, I'm going to hit that music. And since we're on the way out of the show, I wanted to just mention that the Bears and the Lions are facing head to head. But so I had read this. The Lions are undefeated against teams that have P as the start of their name, like the Patriots, the Panthers. They are undefeated this year. So the fans and everybody have been calling the Bears the Pears this week.
That's not funny. Why are you laughing at that?
I think it's funny. It's like such a reach. Like it's something that Lions fans would do. I wonder if the Dizzle, Chad Davis, and I wonder if Ronnie are calling the Bears the Pears this week.
Probably not. I'm gonna go with no on that.
Oh,
anyways,
that's such a reach. Well, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. If you can find us, we go live every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Fry your turkeys responsibly.
Fry them responsibly.
Don't drop a frozen bird into a pot of 350 degrees.
Dry that bird before it goes in the water.
Fry that bird very nicely.
Don't put it in oil. Don't put it in water and then boil it in oil. That's just terrible. You will definitely lose your house. Do not do that.
Or your face, or both.
You could do that, yeah. You can melt your foot off. Just don't do it.
You could be like that guy in Raiders of the Lost Ark. The face just melts off. Gross.
It's a great movie. Yes, you can find us anywhere podcasts are played, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all that stuff, www.sportsandsorts.libsyn.com, and facebook.com/Shane and the Bri Man, where you can kind of figure out all the information that we put out there. We always let you know when we're going to be going live and all that kind of stuff. And also, we are posting stuff on that page as well, kind of like as we're, the sports events that are going out there. We will be posting that on a Facebook page, which also kind of goes to our Twitter page, which is at Shane and Bri Man. You can find me on Twitter at Einhorn-Finkel.
You can find me on Twitter at _Bri_Man. Sorry.
It's all right. And Instagram. I'm on Instagram. Jimmy Lee Farnsworth. Yes, that's right. Jimmy Lee Farnsworth. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. And we will see you again on Saturday. Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe tonight. Uber, Lyft, your friends, taxis, designated drivers. Use them.
Right.
Peace out.
Stay classy, Planet Club.
Happy Thanksgiving. See you Saturday. Bro-sectomy.